A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the first edition of the show for the week. From the city of Lagos, right here in Nigeria, I'm Yemi Adebayo.
It's always a delight to have you join us to talk sports in London. Austin Okonakwan.
All right. Of course, currently going on is a game between Liverpool and Aston Villa, a game that will have a lot of consequence on the title race. And of course, it's been a dogfight. Players kicking themselves left, right, and center. Before we came into the studio, it was a goal apiece, and it's happening right at Austin's end. And that will dominate our thoughts on the show tonight. And let me give you a quick rundown of what to expect on the show. That game will get our attention. And of course, we'll give you a slice of basketball. We have a guest lined up for you. We will tell you who the person is later on as we move on the show. We talk about preparations for the next African Cup of Nations, the Super Eagles to play a set of friendlies. We talk about the players invited for that friendly. We spare a thought for the under-20 team. We'll talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League. And if we have time, we will also. There you have it on your screen, the English Premier League. Game I was alluding to is still 1-1. It's halftime, and it is live. And, of course, we'll talk about football transfers. If we have time, probably we'll give you a slice of tennis. So that's the outlook of the show today. Austin, like I said, is happening at your end. It's Steven Gerrard doing his former club no favors.
I know, I told you, we're just counting down to the end of the season, so clubs are looking forward to finishing on a high. On Aston Villa, they are one team. Don't forget, there's serious bad blood between both sides. Even before Gerrard came last season, Aston Villa showed Liverpool that they could play football. I think that game ended 6-1, and so Liverpool cannot see Aston Villa, and then I thought to blink. But it happened today. As early as the third minute, Luis Douglas gave the host the lead right there at Villa Park, but Joao Matip brought Liverpool. Needs to win this one to stay relevant in the title chase. So do you want to help me define what pressure is right now for Jurgen Klopp and his team? They need to stay calm and find a way to get this result out of Villa Park tonight. Yeah,
it doesn't matter how they get it. It's just important that they get the results. And Liverpool's approach has shown that they're not thinking about finesse. They're not thinking about anything. All that matters is 3 points tonight. So we'll keep our fingers crossed to see what happens. All right, Austin, let me allow you to do the honors. We have a special guest lined up. And, of course, you will introduce our special guest, who is ready, by the way. And, of course, we get into that conversation on basketball.
Let's talk about grassroots basketball development. We keep saying it, that's the basis for development. That's where you need to go if you want to get it right. Olumide Oyedeji is a legend of basketball in Nigeria. He was former D Tigers captain. Joins us now live on the show to talk about what the Southwest they're doing as regards the development of basketball. Olumide, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Hi, it's good to have you around here, Austin. I'm glad you're doing great, and congratulations. I see you looking great and shining on that gun out there the last week.
Thank you so much, Olumide. Good to have you on the show once again. Let's talk about this Southwest Basketball Developmental Program. What is it all about?
Oh, well, as you know, that I'm a grassroots developer because I started basketball from home. And I love giving back to the community, to the society. And so they say that charity begins at home. So we're taking the basketball to the grassroots, taking the basketball to all these places where there's no opportunity for them. So, and we always want to start, maybe you want to start from the scratch. So taking game back to secondary school, because we know the game is not really doing great, maybe locally in the grassroots development. A lot of people doing different things. And also to engage the youth in a society, giving them opportunity and giving them confidence that they can do it. If I can do it, every one of them can do it. I started my basketball at Loyola College Ibadan, which gave me the platform, and all the way to that made me the starter in basketball. So in Southwest, as a representative, they gave me the mandate, and a part of the thing that I decided to do, that I wanted to do, is to change the game, to bring the game back to where the game belongs. Because they said something in Yoruba, my head said, Ajishebi or Yolari or Yokishebi Baba in the Kokon. That means like you always want to be the pace setter and where others follow. So also to bring the wealth of my experience, wealth of my knowledge, share my knowledge, share what I've learned, what I've acquired. I'm giving it back to my society, not only at the Southwest, to Nigeria as a whole, to Africa, and to just the country. So that's it.
Let's talk about the life cycle of development. Right there's talent identification, and then you find this talent and you mold them into, and you guys have that objective also, elite athletes. How important is it to make sure you respect the process, and what are the challenges?
Well, first of all, there's no shortcut to success. No shortcut to success more than dedication, the perseverance, desire, discipline, and hard work. There's no shortcut. So also you have to follow the process. Everything, when you have about sport, you're probably just going to go from project. Every player is a project. From project, they can become a prospect. So from prospect, they develop to talent. So this is the terminology of the game. If you have people that know the game. So, accessibility to facilities really matters. Equipment matters. Proper coaching is really matters. And enlighten them, because they're always life in sport, life after sport. Because the basketball is not for dummies. So you have to be smart. Because sports in general is sort of a game of action and reaction. So you have to definitely mold these young boys and girls and give them opportunity, life after basketball, life after sports, and try to provide an avenue and opportunity for them. That's why we're there giving scholarship. During the basketball game, we have doing mentorship, because not all of them is going to be a basketball player or play professional. But we never want basketball to use them. They can use basketball, to get what they want to get. They make friends, they get exposed. So, but the continuity, you're setting the stage, you're making, you make things affordable and available to them. As I said, the facilities, equipment, mentorship, training, and all those are their competition, and give them awareness, exposure. So it's going to make them better, not just only as a basketball person, and also in life after basketball.
All right, Olumide, thanks for gracing us with your presence on the show tonight. I just want to ask a few questions as well. The kids, I applaud the fact that you guys want to start from the early age, but the challenge is always how to balance your education and sports. And I'm also seeing that the competition begins in Ekiti probably later this month. So how do you bridge that gap for the young ones who will be in school, but also want to take to basketball? How do you achieve that balance? Is there something in the pipeline with the people in the education sector? Or I just want to have an idea of what your plan is for that scenario.
Oh, thank you, Yemi. Well, I appreciate it. I enjoy seeing you around there, watching you. So great job also. Thank you, Yemi. The thing I said, like, we're probably going to collaborate with the National School Sport Federation, the president, who is a friend, who is a sister, who also sport admirer, and she's on board. She said they're ready to compete to support this, because we molded this young one, and the education is important. Even if you look at the policy of Nigerians, there's an education aspect and also sport aspect too. So we have to combine this academic with basketball, because the basketball is not everything. Even if you want to come to the U.S. to go play basketball outside the country, you must have a certain grade before you play basketball. If you don't have the grades, you can't play. So we want to do this. We're working with the School Sport Federation and also Ministry of Education to align with us with our vision, our mission, and to work together as a group. They said a tree can never make a forest. We don't want to go fast. We want to go far. If you want to go fast, you walk alone. If you want to go far, you work as a team. So we want to work as a team. So, there are always strength in numbers. So everybody wants the program. We want the success of these young boys and girls of the future. So, we're working together as a team collectively.
Okay. Let me throw this in quickly as I yield to the floor to Austin. Access to facilities. You know, like for instance, table tennis. You could easily get the bat, get the ball, table. You can play any corner, and there's this idea that some people have, not everybody, that well, maybe basketball is for some certain set of people, not everybody. There are a lot of misconceptions about basketball, especially in these parts. You know, so how easy is it going to be for kids in the Southwest get access to courts, to get access to training, you know, organized environment, aside the things that you have put together? Because what you're going to be doing is not an everyday thing, it's going to be seasonal. But when that is not in season, how do you ensure they don't forget what they learn? And the only way is to have access to courts, access to training, and all of those things that can help them grow in the game.
Thank you. But, you know, as I said before, I said we're working with the Ministry of Education, we're working with a school sport. But well, right now, I mean, we're just like a one-man riding squad. As I said earlier, a tree can never make a forest. So we need everybody's support. We need everybody to buy the idea, to come into what we're doing. We have a team that we try to put everything together. But the facility that exists is important. That's why we have schools. That's why we have schools. Some schools that have a basketball court. We're working with the state government, Ministry of Youth and Sport. They have a basketball court. And also, wherever there's going to be basketball, so we're going to encourage them to use this facility. And when the time comes, when the opportunity comes, we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for good Nigerians and all the people that can support what we're doing. Building courts and donating courts like a friend, Masai Ujiri, just did. And we're looking to build more basketball courts. We're looking more to give them opportunity and take the basketball to their doorsteps. The one that they have, we're planning down the road. If we have a sponsor, we have people that support the project to innovate and renovate this basketball court, or if possibly build other ones. So, but so far now, I think we're going to try to make use of what we have. And like you said, this one is a seasonal, yes. But we're taking it beyond secondary school. You're going to go to tertiary institution. And also we're going to train the trainers, because those are the ones that's going to be with them, or technical train, the coaches, technical officials that can continue the process that we started. It's also part of the pipeline that we try to put together.
Olumide, you've been involved with the camp for so many years. Tell me, how many years has it been on now? Olumide?
Yes, well, I mean, I can say this 2 + 2. That's 22 years right now. So 22 years counting and continuing.
Wow, awesome! And that's what takes me to my question. I wanted to just tell to the viewers, we know that I've been doing this for 22 years, and you know the importance of monitoring and evaluation. Now, tell me, this Southwest basketball program, what's next after these kids come out to compete?
The one is after the secondary school that we go to tertiary institution. So we go to tertiary institution, right? All the tertiary institution in Southwest. We're going there. From there, we're going to the States to play the league. Then before there, in between, we're going to have a technical officials training, because we have to train the trainer, because we're not going to be with these kids every day. So, and we have a life in sport, life after sports program, career talk, motivational speech, empowerment. It go beyond basketball. But after this, we go to the next chapter, and from next chapter to another chapter. So we just we try to go places and make the difference.
Let me just jump in. Why I asked you this question is because most times we do these competitions, these kids come, compete, and then they go, and sometimes we don't even follow up with the talent. I'm asking you, do you have a machinery in place to ensure that you monitor the top talents that you get out of this secondary school competition?
Yes, definitely. If you see that, we have a lot of them back in the U.S. now going to colleges, and we have 2-3 of them already played in the NBA. Charles Bassey was one of them when this basketball camp, this program. I can keep mentioning them and name. Ife Abogidi, who was the MVP right now, he's coming to the NBA draft from Washington State. And you have Joshua Ojo, who was also MVP of the camp. Right now, signed, with a university, with Baylor University. So just to mention a few, we have girls all over this, everywhere. But because this is not something we try to make profit on, we don't make any profit. Everything is self-funded. And, I can only do what I can do to my own ability and capability. So I'm monitoring them, not only when they get there, we still do mentorship. I still try to talk to them, show them the way to do it. But it's extremely difficult when you're a one-man show, when there's no support from anybody. So rather than support from the media that try to help us to put it out there. But it's been extremely difficult for me to say I'm going to do it the way it's supposed to be done completely, because of every single thing I've been in for the last 22 years, and I have over 40,000 kids that pass through my foundation, I'll be completely self-funded.
Olumide, I must say thank you so much for your time. At the grassroots, it's long-term, so stay focused and keep winning. Thank you so much for your time on the show.
Oh, thank you very much for having me here, Yemi. Thank you, Austin. Hope to see more of you. Hope we're going to see you when we play the finals.
Okay, all right. Fingers crossed. Thank you. So that's it. Former Tigers captain Olumide Oyedeji talking to us about the Southwest basketball competition. Yemi, he said a lot of things that is heartwarming, particularly when you think about basketball development in Nigeria.
Yeah, I mean, thumbs up to Olumide Oyedeji. He's been doing it for a very long time. One of the few guys who show by their actions they really, really love basketball and will want to give kids the opportunity to get to the top with basketball. And my heart goes out to him. And I hope that he gets all the support that he needs to take basketball to the level that he wants it to be. And, of course, it's a clarion call for all well-meaning Nigerians and lovers of the game. It's a long journey, but it can be achieved, and hopefully that will be the case. All right, also let's move on quickly on the show. Let's talk about the Money Man. It started like a joke. A lot of people thought, "Hey guys, what are you saying?" The Money Man showed up in Nigeria, of course, promoting his exhibition bout. And of course, he talked about his plans for Nigeria, his hopes to give back to the motherland, as he called it. And he said a lot of good things about Nigeria and hoping to collaborate with a lot of people to produce the next Mayweather. That melted my heart when he said that. Imagine the next Mayweather being a Nigerian, somebody 50+ fights in different categories and not losing. That would be amazing. But at the press conference had a few days ago, he had a few words to say. Let's just listen to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
You guys are great. You know, James Manir, along with Kim from One Entertainment, my team, not just the money team, but Mayweather Promotions. Just working hand in hand with these guys every day has been truly amazing. But before I go to Dubai, I couldn't choose a better place than Nigeria. And I look forward to coming back to Nigeria to train, to continue to build my legacy. Like we talked about the hotel. We want to also build boxing camps for the young youth and the young children coming up. And with the help from one of my closest buddies, Ken, who's from Nigeria, I couldn't do it without Ken. So I really want to say thank you, Ken.
All right, welcome back. Before we went on that break, we talked about Floyd Mayweather and, of course, ahead of his exhibition bout in Dubai against Don Moore. But, by the way, that bout will be on May the 14th, and he's promised to do a lot of things in Nigeria. All right, of course, Damilola Lifade joins us now. Let's bring him in. Greetings to you, Damilola. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Yemi. It's still good to be back.
All right, you listened to some of the things we were discussing, some quick remarks. We have a lot that we have to cramp into the next 25 minutes, but quick remarks on what you heard Olumide Oyedeji say about basketball and Floyd Mayweather, saying he wants to help us produce the next Mayweather.
Let me take it from the Floyd Mayweather. I think good innovation, good that at least it finds Nigeria worthy of its country that it visit, and hopefully it can make some contribution. But then, as much as that could be an aspiration, which I want to believe is intended, he didn't just say because he's here in Nigeria, and he really meant it, is that at home we also have to put things in order. He's not going to come in and put the structures in place for us. There must be a structured pipeline where he can now look at the talents available. And that's the question we should be asking. Do we have such structure as far as boxing is concerned to produce the next Floyd Mayweather? That's one. For basketball, I think it's good. I was there at that event, and I think it's a good initiative, the Southwest Basketball Fest. I particularly believe that if at the level of region, if we can have variable sporting activities, maybe beyond state, we come as a region, we probably could also see the kind of peak that we want to see in terms of progress and talent discovery and development in different sports. Basketball is one area. I think some other sports can also latch on that. Because whether you like it or not, there are different regions in this country. There are certain sports that we know per region. For example, if you are talking about wrestling and maybe swimming, you go to the South region. We know that coming down south here, Southwest, we talk about tennis, maybe a bit of basketball and of course football. So if we focus on those things, I think it's high time we actually do that. So that we don't just keep, like they say, start chasing what is not missing.
All right. Okay, so let's... something has happened at Villa Park. So let me just quickly go to Austin. Everything is happening thick and fast right there. So Austin, before we go to other things that you take us through, what has happened?
Sadio Mane, he had to step up for Liverpool. So it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Just before this goal came, when they showed the Liverpool bench, I saw a lot of red faces. Jurgen Klopp and the bench, they couldn't just imagine that they won't leave Villa Park with a win. But it gets sensitive now because we are in the 60th minute. Man scored that goal. So Liverpool takes the lead, but they cannot afford to blink because Aston Villa, they're showing signs that this is the sort of game that they can just, come around and hurt you. So at the moment, good lead for Liverpool, but is either they consolidate on it or be careful to keep the lead till the end. But before we move on to the next phase of discussion, let me just quickly talk about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Visit to Lagos, Nigeria. As you mentioned earlier, it's a good one for boxing development in Nigeria. It's also good to know that these top boxers come to Nigeria, they see a viable boxing environment in the country. So the real deal, Evander Holyfield has been to Nigeria. George Foreman Jr. has been to Nigeria. They came to promote a fight or something. Now we have Floyd Mayweather Jr. Legendary musician, Daddy Shoki. I listened to him today on his Instagram and he was livid. He's a big boxing advocate and he's saying that each time these people come, where is the boxing federation? What sort of partnership do they strike with these top boxers when they come? What's the document signing that was seen that shows that after this visit, proper development will take place? Yes, Mayweather has said he will support, he will build camp, he will discover the next Mayweather. But what sort of plan is in place for proper planning, strategic partnership? Before independence, Nigeria had produced world champions in boxing. So we're respected in boxing. But now boxing is inactive. It's practically dead, So when we see these sort of things, it hurts those of us who have been promoting boxing in the country. So let this charge the administrators of boxing in Nigeria. I'm sure Damilola Onifade will testify to this. In an entire year, sometimes we don't see one national boxing championship, and that's not good for the country. So let's use this opportunity to charge the administrators of boxing in Nigeria, say to them, wake up. These guys come to our country because they know they see a viable market. When they come mean, let's also see ways that we can also benefit from it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we move on. Hopefully the administrators are listening and taking notes and doing the right thing. It's just like you said, Damilola said, it's beyond wishful thinking. It's beyond making promises. We have to go the long haul to ensure that these things become reality, and we have to be active. We should have started yesterday. So that's it. Hopefully things will get done. Guys, let's move on the show. Let's talk about the Super Eagles and friendly matches. These matches, we should have been talking about these matches preparing us for the World Cup, but unfortunately, we are now the team that other countries are using to prepare for the World Cup. That's the situation we have found ourselves. And of course, Super Eagles assistant coach Salisu Yusuf has released a list of 30 players, which includes Captain Ahmed Musa, forward Moses Simon, ahead of the international friendlies against Mexico and Ecuador. Those two matches will take place in the United States of America. And what has gotten a lot of people talking is that the fact that 8 players from the domestic scene has been invited. We know that this 30-man list will be, of course, prone to 25. So there you have the list of players on the screen. Let me quickly run through 30 players. Maduka Okoye makes the cut. Adewale Adeyinka also there. Ojo Olorunleke. Adewale Adeyinka from Akko United. Ojo Olorunleke from Eyimba. We have the usual suspects in defense. Olaino, Abdullahi Shehu, Zaidu Sanusi, William Truss Ekong, Leon Balogun. Those are the defenders on the list. Issa Ali plays for Rebel Stars. We have Chidozie Awazie plays in Turkey. Shebi Ajayi plays for West Brom. Calvin Bassey plays for Glasgow Rangers. Ibrahim Buhari, he plays for Plateau United. Let's go to the midfield now. Joe Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Ogenekaro Etebo, and of course you have Chiamaka Madu. You also have Afeez Nosiru, one plays for Rivers United, the other plays for Kwara United. Samson Tijani, Halassan Yusuf, those are the names that also makes the cut. All right, let's move on quickly. The forwards, Ahmed Musa, Moses Simon, Samuel Chikwueze, Ademola Lukman, Sadiq Umar, Emmanuel Dennis. Those are the forwards listed for that game. Cyril Dezes also. Victor Boma plays for Eyimba. A lot of people will be happy with this. We've monitored his progress from Rebel Stars to Eyimba and all the things he's been doing. Ishak Rafiu as well also plies his trade with Rivers United. All right, let me bring Damilola into it. We have a lot of ground to cover, but your thoughts on this list? For me, even the fact that we are mentioning the home-based professionals in the same breath as these other guys, it makes me happy. And I hope that when we are pruning the list, we'll have a good criteria to prune the list, not just because, but let me allow you to have your say on that.
Yeah, it's exciting to see the names of 8 home-based players in that list. But again, until the list is cut down, I want to keep my excitement or otherwise for now. Because until that list is cut, you really do not know what to celebrate. Now, because this is not the first time we're having such lists. The list will come largely because it's Salisu, who is more of a coach based, not just in Nigeria, but it's based really domestically. And that's probably why we have them. If you switch it and then the substantive coaches employed, that might not happen again. So for me, it's a pointer. So maybe the direction Salisu wants to go for now. And don't also forget that Salisu is the coach of the Carnegie. So this also is also an opportunity for him to see some of these players at close up. Because they might just be a major part of his chanting. So, yes, it's exciting to see the names, but I don't want to get too excited because there are so many parts of it that makes me want to say, just hold on, let's see what will happen. But the shocker for me is the fact that Maduka Okoye is the only foreign-based goalkeeper. I would have thought that maybe we'll make it 4 and the goal will stay there, but I think I'm surprised at all by that league. That's the department that kind of put me a little off guard. Otherwise, the other set of players, they are same of the same. Again, they are two friendly matches. We are starting the qualifiers thereafter. So I think it's good for now, the makeup of the list. But when the list is prone to the 25 players that will the game, then one will know the direction we are really going.
Okay, all right. Austin, let me come to you also as we engage in this discussion and talk about it. Are you as excited as a lot of people? I am excited, I have to say. I share some of the concerns of Damilola when the list gets pruned to 25. I hope it won't be the home-based players that just gets cut off. But the area about goalkeeping, a lot of people have said, look, we've seen the other guys, the professionals. There's not one goalkeeper that we have that anybody can tell me that they are convinced. So let's give everybody a fair chance. And so a lot of people are saying, okay, fine, you've invited two goalkeepers from the domestic scene. Now when the game gets played, let's see them.
I totally agree with you, Yemi. But Yemi, we also need to be careful. We shouldn't do this comparison between the home-based professionals and the guys, who play abroad. Because at the end of the day, whoever gets an opportunity to represent the country is expected to give their best, and that's what we always expect. But yes, with the goalkeepers, if at the moment we say the current goalkeepers aren't doing so well, then when you bring an home-based goalkeeper, you should also give him an opportunity to make mistakes also and grow. But Adewale Adeyinka, top goalkeeper for Akwa United. He had a fantastic season last season when Akwa United won the league. He hasn't also been bad this season. Ojo Oloreleke is not new to fans of football in the country. Top goalkeeper also when he was at Abia Warriors, gave his beat. Now that he's at Eimba, also doing the same thing. But no matter what they are doing to that list to cut it to 25, there's no way Victor Mboma and Rafiu Isaac will not be on that list. When I don't see them on that list, then I will Yusuf and ask him personal questions, because it's important that when players are playing the way they are at the moment, and you, Yusuf, as a Chan Eagles coach, you want to have this, small opportunity to watch them, to also encourage them by giving them playing time. So yes, I totally agree with you that I'm excited as an advocate of the Nigeria Football League. I love the fact that these players have an opportunity to come around these guys who play abroad, learn one or two things from them, see how it is, to get their football going, and also dream to be at their level, not disrespecting where they are at the moment, because some of them are actually doing so well already. But it's just good when you get an opportunity to, relate with guys who are playing at some more top level. But Yemi, aren't you worried? Damilola, aren't you worried that right after our performance at the AFCON and then what happened with the World Cup, the senior men's national team still don't have a coach? The Nigeria Football Federation should take a look at this and find a way, because, look, it's all about long-term planning, So, yes, Salisu Yusuf is still in the mix, but he's got so much on his hands, and you want to bring in a coach now so he can know the team, grow the team, strategy, it's a proper SWOT analysis so you can cut the mistakes of the past, unless the NFF are still trying to tell us that they never learn.
I'll let Damilola comment about that. And I don't know. It's a worrying signal, really. But, what can we do?
I agree totally with Austin. And let me also just confirm that my view, I don't think the word learning is in the dictionary of the Nigerian Football Federation. Because repeatedly we seem to have an issue of making the same mistake. You would have expected that if we even start General as far back as December, we have no plan for replacement. After what had happened at the World Cup qualifier, it's shameful that by now it's not just that we've not appointed. I have not seen a sense of direction in who we want to appoint. And that's the sad thing. Everything looks as if Salisu will go even beyond this friendly matches. There is a chance that the Nations Cup qualifier will start, Salisu will be in charge. And God forbid, when we now start having issues, we now want to appoint someone that expect the person to be a miracle worker. I think the NFF I don't think they are learning. And until the NFF comes out to tell us clearly why they have not been able to appoint a coach, I will still believe that they are tough for whatever reason. Yes, I'm saying that because they might have their own reason, but then you have to come out and tell Nigerians what those reasons are, and let's know what we're doing. And if Salisu is going to be the substantive coach, whatever I think of Salisu, please appoint him as the substantive coach, and let's know that we are moving from here. It's as simple as that. 6 months without a coach is terrible. It's terrible.
All right. Hopefully the LFF will clear the air. All right, we have to move on. Like I said, we have a lot cramped into the next 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll be able to achieve that. Let's quickly talk about, just a mention, the Flying Eagles, the WAFU B tournament currently going on. Let's just give our viewers what they need to know about that. Let's look at the schedule of the Flying Eagles, what they've done, and their next game. They're going to be playing tomorrow against Burkina Faso. Of course, they've played earlier and beat Ghana 2-0. So that's their schedule on your screen. Their next game is going to be against Burkina Faso. We're wishing Coach Lanamboso and his boys all the best at the end. Hopefully, we will be picking the ticket. All right, let's quickly talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League before we go back to the English Premier League. First, let's quickly, since this is the first show after the weekend, let's show you results of match day 27. I'll quickly run through it and pass the baton to Austin. Rivers United, of course, hammered MFM 5-0. That's why United defeated Plateau United 2-1. And Rangers defeated Heartland in that keenly contested encounter. Everybody was waiting for. Abia Warriors also defeated Remo Stars 2-0. These are the results on match day 27. The Aba Elephants forced the Promise Keepers to a 1-1 draw. Kano Pillars defeated Kwara United 2-1. Gombe United had a slim 1-0 victory over Sunshine Stars. Lobby Stars defeated Casina United 2-1. And of course, you have Shooting Stars beating Niger Tornadoes by a long goal. Wiki Tourists, of course, defeating Dakada 2-0. So, Austin, those are the results, and that's the table. You're always the one taking us through the table. But just looking at the table, you could see it's 7 points now, and it looks like Rivers United are just tearing away.
Yeah, I mean, they're cruising away. They won the title, and every day, every match day when they file out, they show it, they confirm it. Even when they lose, maybe by a lone goal or 2-1, you can see their fight, their desire, they're staying focused. Even the state FA chairman goes to away matches with his olive oil to put at the entrance to ensure that nothing is stopping his team. Rivers United, what a story over the weekend, what they did to MFM, you know. And with that, they just put more salt into the wounds of MFM. 5-0, you know, to confirm that they are not joking. Aqua United had a chance to tie with Remo, but they blew that chance, played 1-1 with Aimba, and now they are fifth on the log. Aimba catching up gradually. Kwara United also catching up. So from 4th to 10th, Yemi, we're going to have a serious competition as we get towards the later stages of the season. Crucial win also for Kano Pillars, let's mention. And so with this win now, look at where they are on the table with 29 points. So you see Daka, Katsina, and Lobi. So if anything happens to those three and Kano Pillars wins their next game, they might just be getting into safe zone. But the question is, will they be consistent? That's what they need to do. So by our standard, the league is competitive and still competitive. So we're going to keep monitoring. But right now, I cannot bet against Rivers United.
Okay. All right. Okay, I was about to say Damilola, but we need to go on a break. And when we return from that break, we talk about the things happening in the English Premier League. The worst kept secret is out. Erling Haaland will be on his way to Manchester City. And we'll also talk about plans by Antonio Rudiger to join Real Madrid. Let's go for that break, and we come back to wrap things up on the show. So that's it. And we're at the home stretch. Let me just allow Damilola say a thing before we let him go. Damilola, I mean, your thoughts, just about 11 games to go. Do you think Rivers United have a hand on the trophy?
I think they have a full 5 fingers and 3 of the other hands. Maybe just 2 fingers left to be the champions of the Nigerian Professional Football League. And I say that because not that they will not lose a game, but I don't see anybody catching up. 27 games into the season, they've only lost 3. That's remarkable as far as Nigerian Football League is concerned. I think so. I think they have it. I think the other thing to just be looking at who will be second and third so that they can pick a continental place. And that's talking about like United, Rangers, Remo, and possibly Aqua United. If Eimba can also make a late touch, maybe they have a chance somewhere there.
All right, Dan Melonifad, I want to thank you for your time on the show. Hopefully we'll get to do this again some other time.
Thank you so much, pleasure.
All right. So that's our friend Damilola Onifade sharing his thoughts with us. All right, let's go to London where everything is happening. Our man, Osino Konakman, is there. Erling Haaland, like I said, was kept secret. We knew it was going to go today. Manchester City have told us an agreement has been reached, and you had to listen to that Pep interview. Trying not to reveal, but revealing all the same that the deal has been done.
Because it's already out there, you know, and I must let you know, it's a fantastic signing. Alan, just 21 years old, you know, and they're signing him on a 5-year deal, whopping sum of £63 million reportedly. So if you look at Pep Guardiola's team and the money that has been spent on this team, you start wondering, what else do they need, you know? And the fact that Pep is getting all of these players, the club is spending money, they'll be expecting, you know, more wins from Pep. Yeah, and what has happened in the Champions League now, the owners will be saying, we've paid him more money again, and now no more excuses, So I don't know what he's going to do, but Alan will need to find a way to fit in. I still feel Grealish is still struggling to fit into this City team. So Pep must take a look at his team and see how these players will be able to work together. Let's listen to Pep Guardiola. We'll be right back.
We have number 9 right now. We'll have I guess new players in the squad. Some players for the academy come up definitely for the first team next season. And you know, the new players always helps to be or try to be a stronger team, but not a good defender is going to solve our defensive problems, and not one striker is going to resolve our scoring problems. It happened the last 4 or 5 years. So, and again, so both teams have done impressive, again, Premier League season or seasons, both teams. So, yeah, so we know exactly what you have to do. Have to do 9 points. So to be there, and we're going to try.
So that's it, Pep Guardiola. They'll be busy in the league. If it ends Liverpool 2 and Aston Villa 1, Liverpool will be tied on points with City, but City will still stay on top with goal difference. But I must let you know that now the pressure is really on both sides.
It is. But the fans, okay, tomorrow's matches quickly. Leeds United take on Chelsea, Leicester City take on Norwich, Watford take on Everton, Wolverhampton Wanderers will take on Manchester City. These are the games to be played tomorrow. Some people say the jury is out on Pep Guardiola. Expensive team assembled. Nobody wants to listen to the excuses. Telling us not 1 or 2 signings will solve your problems. I'm very sure nobody wants to listen. A friend of ours.
Nobody was listening to that.
A friend of ours said,
I won't sign Haaland. He's a good player, but with everything Manchester City has gone through this season, I would just stay low and make sure I make good use of the resources that I have at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. All right, that's a good place to land it. 89 minutes of football played at Villa Park. It is still Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. And that's how we're going to have to end the show tonight. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've brought to you. We're back here again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter, channels_sports. In London, I'm Aston Okonakwan. And everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.